Today, we're not just crafting a dice box. We're crafting an entire story location, a twisted garden labyrinth home in my favorite place to adventure. I've learned through my own DM research that there is still a lot we do not know about the Feywild, with very little official content dedicated to the land. Many adventuring groups seem to avoid the allure of shimmering Fey portals, but I am dedicated to the idea that the Feywild offers a treasure trove of possibilities for any campaign, even with limited official content. So let's talk about why it's the perfect setting to bring to your own table before I tell you about the unique story location I designed just for the Feywild itself. The Feywild is a realm of whimsy and chaos, unbound by the rules of the natural world. This allows you, the DM, to unleash your creativity and design. Fantastical landscapes, bizarre creatures, and encounters unlike anything your players have seen before. Imagine sentient trees dispensing cryptic riddles, mischievous sprites, leading them astray, or landscapes that shift and morph based on emotions. Unlike traditional good versus evil settings, the Feywild is a place of shifting morality. Fey creatures are often capricious and unpredictable, capable of great kindness and horrifying cruelty in equal measure. This allows for complex stories where your players have to make difficult choices, unsure of the consequences of their actions. Despite its beauty, the Feywild is a dangerous place. Even the most innocent-looking object could hold a hidden curse, and a seemingly friendly conversation could be a trap. This keeps players constantly on their toes, adding an element of suspense and paranoia to your campaign. Because of its ever-shifting nature, the Feywild allows for great replayability. Every campaign set there can be completely unique, with new landscapes, creatures, and stories to explore. It can be used as a standalone campaign setting or seamlessly integrated into an existing campaign. Perhaps a portal whisks your players away to this realm, or a powerful Fey creature becomes a central antagonist. While the lack of official content might seem daunting at first, it's actually an advantage. It gives you, the DM, complete freedom to craft your own vision of the Feywild, draw inspiration from folklore, myths, literature, and even your own imagination to create a truly unique and memorable campaign experience for your players. Even though official content is limited, there is a wealth of resources available online, from dedicated Feywild campaign guides by other DMs to fan-created creatures and artwork. You can find plenty of inspiration to build your world, including this video, and the location I created for my party called the Whispering Gardens of Yon. My party has been in the Feywild their entire campaign, starting at the Witchlight Carnival. After a few sessions, the campaign took on a life of its own, getting off script from the official story and in true Feywild fashion, transforming into a beautifully chaotic homebrewed adventure. This happens a lot in my campaigns. Don't get me wrong, I love the official content, but sometimes homebrewing is where the real magic happens. While I use many of the creatures, magic tables, and cast of characters from the book, the campaign's true heart is my players' backstories, and how the Feywild has woven itself into the lives of each of my party members. My players have just met with the Mistress of Nightmares, my version of Endolin Moongrove, or the Bitter End. She has given each of my 3 players a contract to retrieve a magical item that has allegedly been stolen from her by her sisters. The first contract takes place in a labyrinth called the Whispering Gardens, which I'm going to talk about today. While I've envisioned this enchanting place, nestled in the land of Yon, which is ruled by our dear and slightly terrifying mistress, feel free to put the Whispering Gardens into any 5e. or homebrewed setting. The Whispering Garden is a large hedge maze, growing around long-forgotten ruins of a Fey city. The garden is shrouded in perpetual twilight and holds a beauty as captivating as it is perilous. The air hums with an unsettling energy, a constant low murmur that seems to weave through the rustling plant life. The greenery seems to breathe, watching you from the walls of the labyrinth. This persistent, almost inaudible whisper is the source of the garden's name and its greatest danger. Let's talk about the landscape. The paths of the maze shift and twist, their layout seemingly changing with each blink. The hedges are impossibly tall and thick, sculpted into unsettling shapes that resemble distorted figures or monstrous beasts. Eerie flowers bloom in shades of blue and purple, emitting an intoxicating fragrance that further disorients the senses. And strange, luminescent insects flit through the air, their bodies faintly glowing with an otherworldly light. Anyone traversing the garden will realize quite quickly it has a mind of its own. The ground itself can be treacherous, shifting beneath the feet and creating sudden pitfalls or illusory chasms. Time seems to move differently within the maze, making it difficult to gauge how long one has been wandering. The longer one wanders, the more likely for a party to encounter not only sentinel plant life, but other solitary figures within the maze. The remnants of individuals who succumb to the whispers of the maze. These figures may offer cryptic warnings or glimpses into the fate that awaits those who lose their way. Aside from the garden's area effect and strange plant creature encounters, to NPCs I have roaming the gardens are key for my players to solve the labyrinth. As they venture deeper, they encounter a lone figure huddled beneath a large oak tree. The figure, a frail scholar named Elara, appears disoriented and lost. Elara reveals she has been trapped in the gardens for days, lured in by the whisper's promise of forgotten knowledge. She has managed to resist their influence, but has lost all sense of direction. If the party treats Elara kindly and helps her regain her bearings, she offers them a cryptic clue. Seek the songbird's melody, for it holds the key to breaking the whisper's hold. This clue refers to a hidden musical box shaped like a songbird, located within the gardens, that can temporarily silence the whispers. Even deeper within the maze, the party meets a strange humanoid creature tending to the flowers. The Gardner, a benevolent entity tasked with maintaining the Whispering Gardens, is the humanoid embodiment of the garden itself. Knowing the answer to every question a player might have about the setting if they ask correctly. If the party is peaceful and respectful, the Gardner senses their good nature and offers them a riddle. What has no voice, yet speaks volumes? What has no form, yet shapes the mind? Answering the riddle correctly earns the party the Gardner's trust. The Gardner reveals the location of the Dreamcatcher of Whispers and warns them of its dangers. If the party is hostile or disrespectful, the Gardner becomes defensive and attacks, viewing them as a threat to the delicate balance of the gardens. I love this setting because it leaves the DM as much or as little room to play with. For shorter sessions, the map can be narrowed down to an actual maze with board game mechanics. In this version, I have used tiles like a game board, with symbols that represent the various encounters for players to land on. Think Candyland rules, roll a d6, moving an equal amount of tiles. If a group has more time to explore the setting, the gardens can be run as a more open map. Regardless of how the Whispering Gardens are run, the goal is for the party to find the magical item they are contracted to find. My party is trying to retrieve a silver-threaded dreamcatcher, a delicate contraption that traps the holder's greatest fears within it. It is said to grant the holder the courage of the bravest beast, no longer hindered by their mortal fears. The dreamcatcher is rumored to hang from the largest willow tree at the maze's heart. But my party has only started their journey, and have yet to find out if that rumor is true. Let us know how you would use this setting in your own Feywild adventure. If the Whispering Gardens sounds like a place your party would like to visit, you can view the Gardner stat block in the description, along with a link to get your own custom crystal dice box, the one we made in this video. Happy adventuring! Now it's time to tell the story. Lost in the Feywild's twilight realm lies the Whispering Gardens. A labyrinth of beauty and danger. The air thrums with secrets, whispers weaving through the leaves, promises of forgotten desires and untold stories. Yet, beneath this alluring facade lurks a sinister reality. Those who venture too deep succumb to the whispers, lured into elaborate illusions that eventually claim them in a dreamless slumber. Navigating the twisting paths becomes a perilous journey. Eerie flowers release disorienting fragrances, and the very ground shifts beneath your feet, revealing sudden pitfalls or illusory chasms. Dream-spawn creatures, figments of nightmares given form by the whispers, lurk in the shadows, ready to prey on your deepest fears. Hope flickers like a candle in the wind. Scattered throughout the maze lie remnants of past travelers. Cryptic clues etched upon weathered stones, offering a temporary respite from the whisper's influence. Then there's Alara, a lost scholar trapped by the allure of forgotten knowledge. Helping her escape could lead you to the songbird's melody, a hidden musical box that can silence the whispers for a precious moment. But tread carefully, for even those who maintain their resolve might encounter the gardener, a being tasked with maintaining the garden's balance. Their response hinges on your actions. Respect and peace earn riddles and guidance, while hostility invites their wrath. Will you resist the whisper's seductive call, decipher the hidden clues, and escape the labyrinth's grasp? Or will you become yet another victim lost in the alluring beauty of the Whispering Gardens?